Okay, so the next section we're going to cover is around E.NET and custom plugins. So what we'd like to cover in this section is some of the work we've done around the E.NET business objects, because we've highlighted in the past that we've got custom plugins, we've got E.NET. Obviously, we've done a lot of work on that over the last year, so a lot more E.NET business objects are available, and a lot more of our customers are using the custom plugins. We've got, right now, I would say there's about 10 to 12 custom plugins sitting out there on the sites being used at the moment. So a lot of that, or the adoption of that has been great. Okay, so the first little sample that I'd like to show you is something very nice that Johnson Workwear has done, using a number of things. So they've used E.NET business objects, and they've also used custom plugins. And so we'll have a bit of fun with this one. There's a video which I'm going to try and play, and we'll just have a look at what Johnson has done. Basically, what they've put together is a website, online ordering website. They've used the Syspro business objects to integrate and create sales orders straight from the website. They've used our business objects to go and auto-reserve and release picking slips within the Datascope WMS. And what it gives them is it gives them literally the opportunity for customers to go in at 3 in the morning, load an order onto their website, and know that within about 5 minutes of loading that order, the actual order is on the line. So the picking slip is printed on the floor in the warehouse. So it's a very real-time system that they've put together using, as I say, using a number of these components. So I'll just run their little video clip quickly.
Guys, when you see that video, you'll see our software.
Okay, so what they did there, or the whole idea of that clip, was to show how quick, using a bit of fun of the rugby guys there, is to how quick that the online ordering system is working. That they can go into the website, place your order, the available stock that they're showing on the website is real time, and that available stock is actually coming from WMS and not from Syspro. So it's a direct query onto the floor as to what stock is available, and then they release those picking slips. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask someone. I'm going to demo this quickly using this little barcode, but I just want to show it to you first, and then I'm going to get one of the guys from the audiences to do it on their phones. So I'm going to quickly hop over. So what Maurice and I did. Is we put a very simple little website together, and literally this took us about, I would say, between the two of us, 6 hours. So we put a simple little HTML5 web page together, which you're seeing on the screen there. And then also we wrote a little service that I put on the server, the little console running there, which you can see. And what this is doing is polling Syspro for specific orders in a specific with a specific reference. So I'm going to show you how it fits together now. The first thing we do here on this website, it's literally got a couple of stock codes. I can select the stock code. I can pop in my quantity, put in my name here, and my cell phone. And then we can add these lines to the order. So what I'm doing essentially is putting together a simple order. Obviously, this is a proof of concept. A real website would be a bit more detailed. But once we confirm that order, that's real time talking through to Syspro. We should get an order number. So it's loaded the order in Syspro. Now, if I go onto the server, you'll see the service has picked up that order. I got an SMS confirming a picking slip has been created, and shortly we should get a document printed out, which is the picking slip. So have a look there. That's the order that I just placed on the website. So you see, it's in the matter of like a couple of minutes, gone from on the website straight through into the warehouse, and there's a picking slip on the floor. So Johnson has used this kind of system to put their website together.
So, Stephen, can I ask you to just to go back on that slide, just talk through the elements that are being used there, like where e.net is, the custom rule, etc.
For sure. Okay, so maybe now that you've seen it functioning and how quick it is, so some of the elements here is obviously the Syspro business objects. We put that together using standard XML. So we talk straight into Syspro using their sort toy is the business object name, which is a create sales order. Via that, we get a response back saying that's the order number. Then if we have a look at the WMS side, what did they use? What did I use in that example? Basically, there's a couple of elements. There's 2 plugins and there's 2 business objects. So what the plugin does is it allows us to customize the way they reserve their stock. So Johnson, what they do is they have cartons that they need to put stock into. And what we do there is we load empty cartons onto their conveyor line, and they actually pick into the cartons. But the way we decide how big a carton to use, there's a bit of logic involved. And it's very custom because only they really are doing it. So there's a custom rule involved that determines where to get the stock and how much stock goes in the carton. And that's where we're using a plugin. And they were actually using the plugin architecture before we even put the website in place. The second element, or the second 2 elements, is the business objects. So the first is to create a picking slip. So all you have to do there is call our business object saying, this is my sales order, please create me a picking slip. It goes and fires the auto-reservation logic automatically. Those are people now scanning the barcode and making orders. So what it does then is it goes and creates the order, and then finally we use a print to actually print the picking slip out to the floor, which you saw in that case on my PDF printer. So I don't know if anyone's got an iPhone, but you can scan into this. If you scan this on your iPhone, it'll pop up with Siri, with your web browser and let you go in and look at that web page. I don't know if anyone wants to do it. Give it a go. Scan it in there, and if you put your cell phone number in and your name, it'll SMS you the picking slip on the back.
Obviously, if you do it more customized, you can have photos of all of the stock products, etc.
Yeah, you can customize it as far as you want. Okay. That's it. So just put in, say, 5 units. Cell phone number must be plus 2, then take the 0 off. Not plus, sorry, just 27.
Stephen, do you want to open the back end so we can see it coming through?
I'm just coming through.
You can see there's a number of guys actually doing it because our PDF printer here is filling up with documents. So if you go and look in there, Gavin has done one. Terry has done one. Terry's done 2. Gavin, I think I should turn the service off. There's someone from the US, Rod, who's one of our DSPs. He's online. He did one from work in the US. Okay, so I think it gets the point across there that you can put together a relatively quickly, as I said, about 6 hours worth of development on our side between Morris and I, and we put that simple thing together. Okay, I don't know if there's any questions on that specific one.
Perhaps if I can just add in there, I think we obviously use that one as an example because it's very relevant. So what we are finding is, again, I mentioned it earlier, that the online ordering, particularly in North America, is growing substantially. It's growing really, really fast. So more and more distribution businesses are doing integration work between some sort of web front-end online store, either their own or through kind of an Amazon platform, and then doing automatic integration. So we have a company on the west coast of the United States. They do a lot of very sort of custom branded type products. They've had for a long time their own online store. Now they have a situation where customers of theirs are ordering product online and the pick slip literally prints out within 5 minutes out on the floor. So even if somebody went in there at 3 o'clock in the morning, placed an order at 3 o'clock in the morning, the warehouse would have the pick ticket literally at 5 minutes past 3. And if you're running a 3-shift operation, you can have that thing picked before 6 o'clock in the morning. So that's the kind of concept. I think just don't limit it to that. We're just showing you how we can use these kind of tools like the custom rules, the E.NET objects, the extraction layer, to really think out of the box for your organization and go and deliver something that your organization can give to your customers that your competition can't do. So that's really the point I wanted to make there. Just in terms of questions, question did come in earlier, just around the data extraction tool that we showed a few minutes back. The question was, can that tool query Datascope data and Syspro data? And the answer is yes. So the tool itself is simply an exposure to the SQL database. You can be querying information directly from Syspro tables and our tables, merging them together in whatever form that you want. Are there any other questions on this particular one?
There was also a question on the data extraction layer from the previous one. Just can you set up multiple endpoints? And the question is yes, you can set multiple endpoints up on different port numbers and on different servers. So they don't have to be, it doesn't have to be on the WMS server.